Hey guys, what's up? It's Angelina. Today we're going to be doing a story time video. Okay, I don't usually do story time videos on my channel, just because it's kind of like weird to me. Like I feel like YouTube is something that is curated. Like I come in and talk to you about specific things and it's like about a certain thing, but like storytime videos are just like about your life. I don't know, it's kind of like very personal, so I don't tend to do storytime videos too often, but I don't know why. I just want to share what happened to you. I mean, what happened to me during Escape Halloween this year. This was my worst festival experience, I have to say. I went to Escape Halloween. If you don't know me, what's up? Hey, I'm Angelina. Totally subscribe. I can't say I always do storytime videos, but I do like fashion and things like that. And if you guys do like storytime videos, I could try to, you know, incorporate them a little bit more. But yes, what's up? I'm Angelina. So I am a big festival concert goer. I am constantly going to shows and things like that. You would know if you watch like my vlogs and stuff. But yeah, so I know festivals and shows like that at the back of my hand. I know how to act and I know what's too far and what's not. And this isn't really about me, and this has nothing to do with Escape Halloween at all. Like, this is not me. The reason why this experience was bad was because of just the night and kind of like bad luck in a way. Love Insomniac, love Escape Halloween, Beyond, all that. You know, it has nothing to do with them. So let me start off. This story time is involving me and two other friends. These two friends that I went with to the festival, we have been friends for a long time. One of them I've known literally since like 8th grade, and the other one I met in high school. So we're not new friends. We all know each other very well. We have all been through a lot of stuff together. And there's no like ill will towards any of them. And I'm probably gonna get mad in this video because I'm gonna tell you what happened just because it was so frustrating. But like, we have no bad like feelings. I have no bad feelings towards them. It was the night, like whatever, okay? So I'm gonna call my first friend Carrie. I don't know why that name just popped in my head, but it did. I'm gonna call her Carrie, okay? Then my other friend is gonna be called, you know what popped in my head? Louise from Bob's Burgers. I don't know why that popped in my head. Okay, Carrie and Louise. Okay, so it starts off, my friend Louise is driving, okay? She's gonna be the designated driver. We're kind of going for her birthday in a way. It wasn't, I think her birthday wasn't until the next day, but you know, we're kind of like early celebration type of thing. So Louise is driving, whatever. I wore a cow outfit, like a little, like it's a cow girl because I'm a girl, and it was a cow outfit. I thought it looked really cute. I was really feeling myself. My friend Carrie went as a scarecrow. I kept calling her a farmer all night, and I was like, we go together, but she's a scarecrow. I mean, which kind of goes together, but like, yeah. And then my friend Louise is a what is she, like a vampire or something kind of like that. Yeah, so I meet up with Carrie first at her house, whatever. Then Louise comes to pick us up, and we are on our way. We are way later than what we wanted to be there at, because we wanted to get there kind of early, because I wanted Louise to get like super drunk in the beginning, and she'll have like a lot of time to kind of like settle down, to drink water, to like be okay towards the end of the night. I think the festival ended at 2, and we planned to be out of the car walking into the festival at 6, okay? My friend Louise didn't come to pick us up, I think, until like 6, so obviously our plan was shot. I think she was like dog sitting like one of her uncle's dogs or something in Hollywood. So yeah, so it took her some time to get back. And okay, so we're on our way, good vibes. Usually I'm like drunk in the car, but I just decided to stay sober until we get closer over there. So we're driving, good times, good playlist, good music. It's a fun time. I'm excited. I feel like I'm like the most excited at this point because I don't know, like I just love festivals. This is like stuff I live for, okay? We're driving, hanging out, whatever, talking, playing music. My friend Louise is kind of quiet. Just because she had a really long day. She was doing stuff all day long and then drove, and I just feel like she was just driving like all day pretty much too, just doing things, and then she finally got that. So she was a little bit quiet and a little bit sleepy, but I knew that it wasn't a big deal because when she got alcohol, like she was gonna be good, like ready to party. So it wasn't that big of a deal, whatever. We're going and we start getting closer to the festival. So ooh, don't do this, okay? We all decided we're just gonna have one shot, just to start off, okay? I don't condone this. I'm not saying that this is right. Don't do what I do, okay? But we all take a shot and we're fine, right? We're like, whatever. My friend who's in the back, Carrie, is the one pouring the shots. And mind you, we're not putting the light on because we're not trying to like look sus, and you know, we're not trying to, you know, get spotted because you're not really supposed to do that, guys. So she's pouring her shots, and when she hands us the shots, they're kind of big shots, you know, they're not like a standard shot. It's maybe like close to a double. That is no problem for me though, because I tend to like drinking double shots anyways versus just doing like little one shots. And that night I decided to get gin for us. Bombay Sapphire Gin. I've always been a vodka person, but lately I've been really into gin. So I was like, let's do it, guys. This is what we're drinking. And so whenever we decide we're gonna take our shot, we all cheers in the car and take the shot. We're fine, everything's good, we're feeling cool. That shot made me want to drink another shot, honestly. And also, I just want to talk to you guys. In the car while we were driving, we all kind of mentioned how we didn't really eat throughout the day. It was a Friday, so I went to work that day, and so did my friend Carrie, who's in the backseat pouring us the shots. She said she had like a breakfast burrito like early in the morning, and that's all she's like eaten. I think I ate around like 11 or something, and then my friend was busy doing a lot of stuff, so I think she ate at like maybe like afternoony time. So we're all like, we should have a little bit more in our stomach, but you know, what are you gonna do? So we take our shot, and my friend in the back, Carrie, is like, did you guys already finish the shot? And then we're both in the front seat, like, yeah. And she was like, oh my god, like, I know I poured you guys like a lot, but I can't finish mine right now. And then we're just like, oh, like, okay, you know. My friend Carrie in the back seat is kind of a lightweight with alcohol, and yeah, she gets messed up kind of easy, okay. And she also doesn't really like to drink stuff that like she doesn't have like a good chaser for, and unfortunately we had to get orange juice as our like chaser or whatever because they didn't have pineapple, which I think is like so good with gin. And I think I don't like orange juice, and my friend Carrie really doesn't like orange juice. She doesn't like acidy things, like she doesn't like lemonade or like either, but she still got orange juice. I don't know why. But yeah, so I feel like she wasn't like, she didn't really like the taste and whatever, so it was kind of a little bit harder for her to drink. And then so we're driving, and we get closer to the festival where we have to start figuring out where we're gonna park. And if you've ever been to festivals, it's so congested and crowded and things like that. So we kind of decided we weren't gonna take another shot until we're actually like parked, you know, because it can be a little bit, you know, it's like traffic, heavy traffic, and you know, you kind of have to watch out a lot. So we just decided that one shot was fine, and we're gonna chill out and wait a little bit. While we're in the car driving around trying to find a place to park and like in a parking lot, whatever, our friend in the back, Carrie, is laughing a lot and kind of talking a lot. And mind you, while this friend gets drunk, she usually is like a big talker when she's pretty messed up, and she started talking a lot and just like laughing a lot, and me and my friend Louise just kept looking at each other like, okay, like she's lit. We've had one shot, literally one shot. So also the shots that we had out of were in like little solo cups, you know, like those like red cups. Usually to like measure a shot in those cups is like that little bottom ledge. That's like one shot. My friend Carrie definitely gave us more than one shot, but it wasn't like anything crazy. Later on, I found out that she poured herself maybe like half a cup because she couldn't see what she was pouring, and like she realized it was kind of getting like heavier, so then she stopped and she realized she had like half a cup. So we both kind of had a little bit over a shot, maybe, okay, let's just say a double shot. And my friend back there probably had equivalent to like maybe 3 or 4, but we didn't know that at this point. We're like, you had one shot, like why are you so lit? And we're just kind of like laughing, and it's fine though, like whatever, you know, it's just kind of like, okay, whatever, like you're lit, it's fine. We're not on your level yet, but we will get there, and we're all just talking and laughing and having a good time. We ended up parking really far, and I knew we were gonna regret it later. I knew it because I do this stuff all the time, okay? So whatever, we ended up parking there. Before we get out of the car, oh, mind you, we park in this like dirt road. It's like literally dirt and like little rocks that like totally hurt your feet. It's just like an empty lot, okay? And so we hang out for a little bit before we go inside, and we decided we're gonna drink a little bit more. We're gonna turn the F up, okay? And we do. And we get super lit. I think my friend in the back, Carrie, ends up having maybe like equivalent to another shot. And then me and Louise finish like 3/4 of the bottle. And then with the rest of the alcohol, we put in with our orange juice and we mix it, and we put it in the bottle so that we can drink it while we're walking into the festival. I realize that I'm like good, like I'm on a good one. I'm not too lit where I'm like stupid, but I'm like good. Like also if I had like another drink, it would be like, it would keep me up, kind of like it would maintain me like being good, but I wasn't like totally like zooped or anything, okay? Carrie in the back, mind you, was pretty lit, like laughing constantly, like kind of talking to herself, slurring her words really hard. Louise in the front seat was kind of like Snapchatting her, and looking back on it the next day and like listening to what she was saying was so funny. Like she was slurring so bad. But again, we're all kind of lit, and you know, like when you and your friends are like all kind of like drunk, like you guys just like understand each other, like that's just what we were doing. But like looking back, like I didn't even know what she was saying, which is so funny. But so okay, so we decided we're gonna walk to the festival now. We have the orange juice, I think I brought a water too, and we're walking. And at one point I thought everybody was like with me, and I started like walking ahead, and I didn't realize that they weren't there. So I was kind of like halfway to the festival, and then they called me and they're like, why are you leaving us? Like wait for us. I'm not usually that friend that just like takes off, but that's kind of a constant theme that I was having that night for some reason. I just wanted to get in though. So I stop, and they eventually catch up to me. And Carrie is wobbling around. She's like, it's like, you can tell she's pretty messed up. And we're kind of like, okay, like it's fine. Like it didn't really hit me that she was very bad until we reached the porta potties. So we finally after what feels like the longest trek, finally get to kind of closer to the festival and the porta potties. I'm trying to chug the gin because we obviously can't take that inside. Meanwhile, we bought our tickets kind of like last minute. I wasn't really planning to go to Escape, So we didn't get the wristbands in time for them to mail it to us, so we had to go to Wilcott and pick up our wristbands. So we're there, I'm chugging the orange juice and gin, so is my friend, and I also have the water, and I'm trying to give Carrie water. I'm like, just drink some water, just like relax a little bit, we'll go to the porta potties, you can pee, like you'll be fine. She drinks some water. Somebody said something that made her laugh, and she like spit the water all over my face. like the water just like flew, and I was in front of her, so it just like totally hit me. I got kind of drenched. And it's kind of gross when you think about it, but whatever. At that point I thought it was funny. I was like, what the fuck, but I was like laughing. Mind you, Carrie is like my best friend. Like, she's like my best friend, so whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So we get there, we're getting closer, and now my friend it's Louise, Carrie, and then me. And Carrie in the middle is kind of like, she's like bumping into us as she's walking and like kind of hitting us and like wobbling, and she'll like stop for like a little bit and then she'll keep walking, and then I'm kind of like, yo, she's lit. I'm trying to not be a little bit nervous because, you know, you have to get into the festival. Like, they have to check your bag, they have to check your stuff. Like, it's kind of like security right there. So once you're in, you're okay. But I was kind of nervous because she was getting pretty lit, okay? And it just seemed to get kind of worse and worse. So we get to the porta potties, and I go pee. I come out. Luis and Carrie are waiting for me, but we need to get Carrie in. And she went in and she said she can do it by herself, so we let her, and then she like does it, she can't do it, she can't pee, and she's like, no, I actually don't need to pee. And I was like, are you sure? Like, we're right here, like we'll wait for you, like there's no rush, do you need me to help you, whatever. And she's like, no. And then we're in front of the porta potties, and she just like, she's holding on to Louise, and all of a sudden she's just like going down, like she's just like her butt is like almost think of you're squatting, like she just goes down like that. Luckily Louise catches her so she doesn't actually fall, but she was so close to, and we're like, okay, you know what, we can't go in right now. It started to happen where I was like, oh, this is serious, like get out of your like drunken state, get real, you know. We sit her down on the sidewalk next to the porta potties, and she's just kind of like, she's leaning on Louise, like she can't even really keep herself up, okay? And it's like, oh no, like I was just like, no, like what's going on? And then I'm like trying to be like, I'm like, you're okay, you're fine, like we're trying to talk to her. Meanwhile, her eyes are closing. She's like, she's done, guys, she is donezo, okay? And like me and Louise are trying to be like, I need you to do this for your mom. Like, we're trying to tell her all these things to get her to like kind of wake up and get with the program, and she's not. And I started kind of like panicking, and I was like, she needs water. And mind you, we don't have the water anymore because we chucked like whatever we didn't drink. Actually, we drank all of the gin and the orange juice. We just checked the water. And I'm like, oh my god, she needs water, like, cause she's starting, I was like, do you need to throw up, like, whatever. And she starts kind of like spitting. She's not fully throwing up, but she's spitting. And I'm like, I need to get her water. So I'm like running around, like, mind you, we're not in the festival yet, we're literally just outside, so there's not like vendors where I can buy like food or water from. So I'm like trying to find somebody with water, somebody like selling water or something like that. I finally come across a guy, and I'm kind of examining his water, and like I'm kind of like running at this point because I want her to like be okay. And like usually I'm like a party starter or whatever, but when I need to, I go into mom mode. And I'm looking at this guy, and I was like, hi, I know this is really weird, but do you think that I can buy your water off you? And I go in my like fanny pack and I pull out a 5, and I was like, my friend just really needs water right now. And I was like, is that open by any chance? And he was like, no, it's not. And he was like, and like I pull out a 5 from like cash that I have, and he was like, no, just keep the money, like you can have this. And I was like, thank you so much. And I go back and I give the water to my friend, and it wasn't open. Like, you know when you open a bottle of water, you can hear that crack. Like, it was fine. So I give it to Carrie, and she's like drinking a little bit, but she's really not like she's not really responsive. We're trying to get her drink. We're like, you need to drink this. Like, you know, we're yelling at her at this point. And sometimes with certain friends, like, we have to be like that. So it's not like a weird situation. We weren't being mean to her or anything like that. My friend Louise was starting to get kind of like anxious, and she was kind of like, because this was kind of like for her, and we realized we couldn't even get into the festival. We haven't gone in yet, so she's kind of getting a little bit like upset, but not in a way where she was being mean to her in any way. She was just kind of like, this kind of sucks, and come on, Carrie, get this together, you know, you can do this, blah blah blah. We're both trying to do it. My friend Carrie starts kind of throwing up, so she's kind of throwing up at this point. I'm like, okay, but it's just fluid, like it's not like throw up. Usually it's like just water and fluids, and she's probably throwing up like bile on like the lining of her stomach. Like, it's not good, okay? So all of a sudden, somebody in purple comes up to us, and she's like, how is she doing? Is she okay? And I read her shirt, and it says ground control, and I'm like, oh shit. It's like these people, you know, that like, it's like they're kind of like medic, okay? And she's asking me about her, and she's like, I think we should take her into our medical tent. And I was like, so what are they, like, what would they do there? And she was like, they're gonna let her kind of like sleep it off, they're gonna make sure she's okay though, and blah blah blah. And at festivals, guys, people take a lot of drugs and things like that. Luckily, Carrie was not on anything. She was just really drunk. She just had a few too many shots. She was just drunk. I stressed to the people that I will be with her the whole time. I didn't want her to have to go to the medical tent, but like literally we couldn't even get her up. I'm kind of skimming around too, because there was a lot of us just trying to get her okay, and she just wasn't. So we took her to the medical tent. She like went on a wheelchair and everything. Mind you, we don't even have wristbands. Me and Louise have, like, we don't have wristbands, neither does Carrie. I stressed that to them, and I was like, I need to be with her though, so like, I don't know what you guys need to do, but you need to get me inside, you need to get us inside. I'm gonna be with her. They were totally chill. I feel like at one point I was like a little bit like intense, but I apologized after, because I just didn't want them to take her somewhere that I wasn't, you know, like that's my best friend, like I'm gonna stay with her, like I am going to be with her. So we get to the tent, she's sitting down, people are talking to her, I'm telling, you know, what's going on. They advise me that if she does not get better, that they're gonna take her to like the big medical tent, and they're gonna put a like a what is it, like a IV in her, right? IV? Yeah, an IV in her. And I was like, shit, like, come on, Carrie, get it together, you can do this. Like, me and Louise are kind of like, yo, like, you can do this. Like, we're trying to talk to her. She's still like, just, she's done, guys. Like, she just wants to sleep and whatever. I take her bag, I take her phone, just to make sure if they do somehow we get lost, like, they're not gonna lose her stuff. Like, I know, like, at that point I was still like, I still had alcohol on me, but I was pretty, like, I was sobering up. My friend Louise just wanted to party, honestly. I don't mind her. She was really drunk though too. We did come for her, so, you know, you really can't be mad at that. But yeah, she was of course there for her. She wasn't like in any way being mean or like whatever. But she did really want to party. So I get onto what feels like an army tank kind of thing. It's like a golf cart, but it's like, it's not those like white golf carts that you see. It's like black and like kind of bigger. So it's me, Carrie, a police officer. In the front driving is a part of the medical team guy, another medical team guy, and a girl that was totally zonked. Like, she was done, like even worse than my friend Carrie, because she couldn't even like hold her head up. At least my friend was kind of like leaning on me and swaying a little bit towards me and the officer, but she was able to keep her head up. So we get to this, like, they take us around this whole festival, whatever. They're like, move, bitch, get out the way. Like, it's serious. And I go into like this big medical tent. Now, at this point, it is like maybe like 8 o'clock now, right? And we're in the big medical tent, and they put us in a room, and my friend's just, she's out. Carrie's done, okay? But I was trying to make sure that she was okay, because again, she hasn't like eaten or anything, so, you know, I know people just get totally drunk and, you know, you sleep it off, whatever, but sometimes you have to like monitor, you know, and there's just like more to it, but I just don't really want to like tell business or whatever. But she was just drunk. Anyways though, so I was like nervous, And in this big medical tent, I started freaking out. There was a lot of people on drugs and like, hi baby, hi babe. It was very intense, like, people just did not look good. There were people screaming. They had to like hold down some people, maybe to not hurt them or to not hurt themselves, I don't know. But they were clearly on some shiz, man. And I started getting kind of freaked out. Like I started like breathing really hard and like, okay, fine. And like, mind you, everybody else was very nice. They were so nice. They're just, you know, trying to help, and they were very accommodating to me, which I'm so thankful for. But I was kind of like freaking out. Like the people in there were scaring me, honestly. And meanwhile, my friend's just knocked out. I'm trying to talk to her once in a while, but it's kind of bad. All of a sudden, I'm still trying to talk to her. It's maybe now like 10 o'clock, and I'm talking to Carrie, and she's kind of like, she's answering me back, but really like short answers and slurred and whatever, and she's kind of making a face like, shut up. And I knew, it doesn't make sense now, but I knew she was coming back. She was telling me to shut up and to like be quiet so that nobody knows how messed up she was, because she started to come back and like, I messed up, like, don't let them know type of thing. Mind you, hey, it's 10 o'clock at night. We've been in this medical tent for I don't know how long. We haven't even made it in the festival. They know you're messed up, you know? But I knew she was coming back, which is kind of like, I was like, okay, we got this. Like, you're good, you got this. I let her sleep it off a little bit. 2 nurses come and they're like, if she can stand up and walk, we'll let her go back to like kind of the lobby where she can just sit and relax for a bit. It takes her a lot of time, but she starts being able to talk, and she comes to, and she can do it. So they let us sit down in the lobby. She's kind of talking to me now, and I know she's kind of freaked out. She's like, kind of like, what happened? And she's kind of freaked out too, because there was like weird people around too that of course were on drugs and things like that. At this point, I don't know where Louise is. Me and her are trying to like call each other and text her, but at a festival, it's so hard to get like reception. I think I left her at maybe like maybe like 8 o'clock. So it's now close to 11, and I have not seen her for all this time. I was trying to explain where we were at, but like, it's just hard because we didn't go exactly through the festival. We went like around the festival, so it was hard. She's out though partying. I found out later, okay? So she's okay. She's having a good time. She's fine. Of course, I'd rather be with her, but she's okay. For now, she's okay. She also kind of sobered up too, so I wasn't too worried. It's not like she was drunk and lost somewhere. She sobered up, okay? It took us some time for me to be like, okay, we're ready. Because I know my friend, I know Carrie like the back of my hand. I knew she wasn't ready yet, so we waited. Then she was good. She got this. She was still drunk. She wanted to go home. She kept telling me she wanted to go home. But you have to think like, we have to walk the whole festival, walk out of it, then walk to the car, somehow find Louise on the way, okay? Because Louise is our DD. She has the keys, everything, okay? You know, we were kind of stuck, and I needed her to be okay for all that. Not just, okay, I want to go home. You're going to go home. No, she needed to be okay. She finally is okay. Then we walk out the festival. I'm trying to find Louise. I can't find her. Like, she's like, meet me here, blah, blah. I couldn't get there. It was so hard, okay, guys? I meet up with my cousin because my cousin is there for some reason. I am just thankful at this point that Carrie's okay. I'm kind of like bummed because I basically missed like the whole festival. I think we got out of the tent at like 11:30. It was getting close to 12, okay? I meet up with my cousin there who's there with her best friend. Her best friend is like pretty wasted too. But I tell them, I'm gonna find Louise. I keep Carrie with my cousin, and I go looking for Louise everywhere. I couldn't get to her. I realized, okay, I'm gonna go get a drink. So I go and get a drink, and I pay with cash. My drink was $16, and I gave them $20. Okay, and I had to pull my money out of my cash, like out of my fanny pack. And I meet up with my cousin and Carrie and her friend and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what, let's just like, I asked Carrie if she was okay to like go see some DJs. You know, we only have 2 hours left. Like, do you think you're okay? And I did not pressure her. She was saying like, no, let's go. Like, I'm okay now. So we go in. And we're looking at the map, and mind you, my cousin and her friend kind of want to go to like a low-key stage because they just want to like have room and be able to dance. I said that's fine, but I want to at least see GTA and Excision. The closers were Excision and Cascade. I've seen both of them already, but I really wanted to see Excision again because I love Excision. It was a hard choice, but I went with Excision, and GTA was at the same tent as Excision, so I wouldn't have to like move to find like another DJ. It was just there. So there was a lot of drama because I was telling my cousin and her friend that they don't have to come. I'm gonna be in the crowd, okay? In the festival, I get to the front. I want to be in it, okay? They didn't want to do that. And I said, that's fine, but I'm gonna go do it. And then I kind of felt like Carrie was kind of like, well, your cousin, blah, blah, blah. And I felt like Carrie was kind of catering towards my cousin. Mind you, that's my best friend. So I was getting kind of mad because I literally felt like I spent my whole festival in a medical tent for you, and now you're kind of like catering to what she wants. Like, I have 2 DJs that are left that I want to see. Like, I'm going to see them. Me and her kind of got in a little bit of a fight, and I basically was like, you can go with them. I will stay alone. I don't care at this point. Me and my cousin also had some issues to work out, which we eventually did, and we're fine now. But mind you, all of us are totally fine. Like, there's no weird feelings. We settled it. I got kind of mad. Carrie was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to stay with you. I'm sorry. My cousin and her friend end up leaving. I don't know where they go. Whatever. There was drama between them too. Anyways, whatever. I stay and see the ending of GTA. I didn't vlog this whole time because it was a mess. As you know, I spent the whole time in the medical tent. It was a mess. And I pull out my phone to kind of Snapchat GTA, and then I realized like, oh, I should vlog too. So I reached in my fanny pack, and mind you, my fanny pack is pretty small, so when my camera's in there, it's like, it takes up a big amount of room. Like, I can only fit a certain amount of things with my camera in there. I then realized that my camera's not in there, and I start kind of freaking out, and Excision goes on, and I don't have my camera. It's a long day. I am tired. I just want to see these DJs that I paid this money and went all this way to go for, and I don't have my camera. And I start crying in the middle of the crowd, and I'm like, I need to get out. I get out of the crowd. Whose car is honking the horn like that? I get out of the crowd and I'm just crying, and my friend's like, no, you, like, Carrie's like, you have to have it, and I'm like, I don't. And I just was so sad. Like, I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, after all of this, like, us being late, my Carrie getting so effed up, we're in a medical tent for like the entire festival, kind of fighting with my cousin, kind of fighting with Carrie, and then now I don't have my camera. My camera that I paid like $900 for, the camera that I vlogged, that I literally take everywhere. I was so sad. We retrace our steps. I go to all the lost and founds. Obviously nobody's gonna turn that in. They're gonna keep it. I don't have it. I just want to leave now. I'm like, you know what? I want to go. And me and you, it was 2 o'clock and it was already like, the festival was over. Everybody was leaving. I don't know where Louise is at. I'm like, what are we gonna do? I have no idea where she's at. I finally get her to answer her phone. She is drunk. She is bad drunk, like not even speaking English drunk. And I'm like, okay, I need you to go left, do not make a right, and just keep walking up. I'm gonna meet you at your car. We go, me and Carrie are walking towards the car. She made a right, not a left, so she's far, guys. She is far from where we are. And I'm like, Louise, get it together. I need you to walk back. You can do this. My feet were hurting so bad. I was so tired. I was crying. I just was like done at that point. I just needed to go home. Okay, it was just like too much and I wanted to go home. Looking back, I was like so upset, and it wasn't like that bad. I just, you know, it's just like in the moment, it's just like, no, I can't do this, you know. The festival ended at 2. Louise did not meet up with us back at her car until probably 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even kidding you. 5 o'clock in the morning. We're waiting outside the car in a dirt road in a shady little part. And she finally comes back to the car and she's still drunk, guys. She can't even drive. Like, so we sit in the car. I finally get to sit down. We all knock out. I wake up at like, maybe like 7 and I'm like, are you okay to drive? And it took her a little bit, but she was. We're driving, we all just want to get home. It was the longest night of our lives. I don't know what Louise did. I have no idea what she did. But I'm just trying to get home. We missed an exit, so we had to get off the freeway. And she decides to stop on the freeway, to stop on the side of a street and just kind of like sit and park. She falls asleep. Meanwhile, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, I let her sleep. I think I fall asleep a little bit too. Carrie in the back is awake though. She feels like shit, so she's like just awake. And then we wake up again and we drive home. And I think I got in my house at like 9 o'clock. And I was just done. I was so tired. I didn't have my camera. And honestly though, I was so happy to be home. That was probably the worst experience I've had at a festival. I Amazon Primed a new camera and I have it now, so I'm alright, but wow, that was an intense day. Then the next day was Louise's birthday. Yeah, like I said, we all talked about it where nobody has issues. I am not mad at them, whatever, everything is fine, but I just wanted to share that because it was the longest night of my life. But you know, stuff happens and I have a really good positive life. I go to festivals and shows all the time, so I'm really not mad. You know, yin and yang. Sometimes you have bad times. I have a lot of good times, so this is just a little lesson, I guess, to learn. I don't know, but it was a good time. Seeing GTA for that little bit. I didn't really get to see Excision because I started crying, but I'm sure it was good. Then I went to Big Adventure Fest the next weekend and it was a good time. So yeah, totally follow me on Instagram, Angelina Montoya with 2 A's, or my Snapchat, MMUWZ. If you want to see another one of these Storytime videos, like, comment down below or like the video. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna go. I feel like I talked forever. This is so long. I'm sorry. Bye, guys.